The final game of GB men 1 versus Swiss men 1, and the ball's in from the back now, sent on by GB to the left-hand side, which returns centre pivot, who sends it on his way, but travelling called in the centre. Loic Hendricks now takes the breakdown and sends it down to the right-hand side for the Swiss. The ball's optioned out at the centre pivot and sent out to the left, where the shot comes in, and Lionel Hendry's shot is popped up front line and caught second line, sent on his way to the other end, where it's quickly switched but not secured by Andrew St Ledger. Switzerland take the breakdown and send it down the opposite end, where Laurent Ludi shoots, and the ball is secured second line by GB, but not secured second line by GB, point to Switzerland. GB bring the ball in from the back now, and it's sent back to the same end it came from. The ball's switched by Jack Buck and return switch to the right hand side. The shot comes in, but frame is called. It's secured down the other end of the court, and then right-hander for Switzerland sends it at the opposite end of the court, where the ball is switched and shot, but it's caught by Stu Blakemore. Liv Davies sends the ball to the opposite end, to right-hand side, and the switch comes across, and Andrew St Ledger shoots, but frame ball called.
Sledge, next point for Rob, yeah? Exploit Rob extremes, yeah?
Okay, Simon Bogas sends the ball to centre pivot, and it continues on its way to the right-hand side. The shot comes in, very hard and very low. Stu Blakemore can't get in the end of that one, and ball pops out of court. GB bring the ball in from the back now, and Paul Flemington sends the ball up to the right-hand side. The shot comes in and goes very wide of the third man, point scored. Simon Bogat sends the ball in now to Loic Hendricks, who sends the ball on his way to the left-hand side. Lionel Sendry sends the ball back to the centre pivot, and down it comes to the right-hand side, where Alexandre Dubois' shot is caught. It's passed across by GB, who shoot, but landing called on Stu Blakemore. So Switzerland bring the ball in from a breakdown now to centre pivot. It's sent out to the left-hand side, where the ball is shot high and wild, but secured front line by Stu Blakemore. Jack Buck shoots, and short awarded by the referee. Ball comes in now from the back for GB, sent up to Martin Cates on the right-hand side. The switch comes across, and an end ball played to the right-hand side, where the shot comes in. It's caught front line, but shot and secured by Stu Blakemore for GB. The ball's sent on now to Martin Cates, where the shot comes in but is caught by Theobald Koubelod, who shoots, but frame ball called by the referee. GB taking their time with the restart, start the ball down, send it down to the right-hand side opposite end. It's switched to the left and shot through a very big gap there. Swiss defence losing their rigidity there on front line. They bring the ball in now from the back to centre pivot. The ball's optioned back out by the left hand and sent back to the right hand side, where Laurent Ludi shoots, and the ball's popped up, but landing called by the end referee. Stu Blakemore takes the breakdown now, sends it into the centre pivot, and Paul Flemington continues it on its way to the left hand side. There's a switch from Rob Ellis to Martin Cates, and the slip shot comes in and point scored. Switzerland bring the ball in now to centre pivot and send it down to the left hand side, where it's switched across to the right. Laurent Ludi shoots, and the ball pops out of front line hands on for GB, and point scored. GB bring the ball in from the back now and send it back to the same end, where Jack Buck secures and switches. The shot comes in, but landing called on Richard Gosling. Right, the ball comes in for Switzerland now, and sent to the left-hand side, where it's shot first time and secured by front line GB, who switch ends now. Jack Buck comes in, shoots high, and the ball escapes from Swiss hands and can't be secured by second line. Point scored to GB. 2 points now, the difference. Time called by the end referee. Switzerland bring the ball in now and send it onto the right-hand side, while Alexandre Dubois switches, sends the ball. The ball is sent to the opposite end by Theobald Koubelod, but the pass is not completed. GB start with the breakdown now and pass it to Paul Flemington, where the ball is sent, continuing on its way to the left-hand side. The ball switched to Martin Cates, who shoots, but it's caught by Simon Bergat's front line, they pass it, Switzerland pass it to the opposite end where the ball is shot and caught cleanly by Jack Buck, who return shoots a clear line. No Swiss defence there ready to defend. Switzerland bring the ball in now to centre pivot, who continues on its way to right hand side. Alexandre Dubois sends the ball sent back to centre pivot, and the ball comes to Laurence Ludi, who shoots but high and wild, but the ball is caught second line but can't be handed off. Michael Rabotot sends the ball to the opposite end now, where the ball is quickly switched, but the pass is not completed. GB were going to take a quick ball, but changed their minds and take a controlled pass to centre pivot. Centre pivot sends it down to the left-hand side, where the ball is, where landing is called on Richard Gosling. Switzerland take the breakdown now and send the ball back into the centre, where Loic Hendricks sends it onto the right-hand side. The shot comes in, but it's caught cleanly by Martin Cates. But foot on line called on the shot from Rob Ellis. Switzerland take the breakdown and send it to centre pivot, where they continue it down to left-hand side. It's passed across and Laurence Ludi shoots and points scored. GB defence there, not set and ready to defend. GB bring the ball in the back from the back now, and Paul Flemington sends it down to the left-hand side. It's option back to him, where it continues down to right-hand side. Jack Buck shoots. The ball's popped up front line and secured by Swiss second line. It's sent down to Theobald Coulord, who switches across, and Alexandre Dubois shoots, but caught by Rob Ellis. Rob sends the ball long to Jack Buck, who can't quite secure the ball. And the Swiss have a breakdown on the right-hand side. The ball comes back to centre pivot now for the Swiss, and Loic Hendricks sends it down to Laurence Ludi, who shoots, but the ball pops off front line back into the D. GB can't secure that. GB bring the ball right down the court now to the right-hand side. Switch to left, goes back to right-hand side. Quick switch to left, but the ball is not secured by Rob Ellis, and the ball goes to ground, giving the Swiss a breakdown. The Swiss take the breakdown and send it back to centre pivot. Down it comes to the right-hand side, and Laurence Ludi shoots. Is collected cleanly by Stu Blakemore, flipped to the right, back to the left-hand side, where Richard Gosling shoots in the 90-degree position. It's dug up twice and secured by Laurence Ludi. Laurence has to shoot. He shoots, but it's caught cleanly by Richard Gosling. Richard Gosling sends the ball downfield, and it's taken to the left-hand side at the other end, but the pass isn't good enough. Thrown down to his feet, to Rob Ellis's feet. He can't secure the ball. The ball starts now from the Swiss, who send it to the centre, down to Laurence Ludi, who switches, and Lionel Sondry shoots, and point scored. Stu Blakemore now brings the ball in, and the ball sent on its way to the left-hand side. Richard Jackson switches, and the shot comes in, but the shot is short. GB now bring the ball in from the back. And GB have made a change. Gary Bond now on for Paul Flemington. The ball switched across to Richard Gosling from Jack Buck, where the shot comes in from Jack Buck and secured by Switzerland. Lionel Sondry shoots, and the ball is caught by Richard Gosling cleanly. He sends the ball down the opposite end to the left-hand side. It's switched to the right, and the shot comes in and secured by the Swiss. They send the ball down to the opposite end, where Laurence Ludi has to shoot. He shoots, the ball's popped up second line and secured by Liv Davis, who returns the ball to the left-hand side. Richard Gosling shoots, but landing called. No jump left for Richard Gosling.